Welcome back. Our next guest has swapped early mornings at 2FM for Dancing with the Stars sequence, and now she's going to be doing the time warp at the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
She's going to give us a little example in a minute. Broadcaster and presenter Jennifer Zamparelli joins us now. Good morning.
I think that's the time warp.
Is that it? Jump to the left.
The time
warp again. We shall get to that in a few minutes. But listen, we haven't seen you since you stepped away from your 2FM show. So how's it been?
I haven't died. Like, I've been around.
I know,
I've been around.
But so you haven't been in with us
It's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a year, and somebody said that to me, and I was like, has it been a year? It's crazy. But it's been lovely, because I was in 2FM for 10 years, and I did the early morning breakfast show, and I did the mid-morning show, and it was... My children took a little bit of a backseat, and my husband took over parenting on the most part. And it just came to a point where I was like, you can't have everything. You can have everything, but not all at the same time. And my dad actually got really sick. And I just had a moment where I was like, I think I need to take a step back and just take a breather.
Yeah.
See what is next, see what is the new challenge. And I did that, and it was a really difficult decision, because I love radio and I love the liveness and I love all that. But it was very hard to say goodbye to the team and say goodbye to the listeners. But I really felt in my gut it was the right thing to do. And when I told my kids, I was like, they're going to be so happy. And they were like, what? You're not going to be on the radio? And they were so disappointed. I was like, you just can't win. But Lau started getting really busy with working in film and going away. So it was just right for the family. Do I have any regrets leaving 2FM? I think about it all the time, but it was actually the best thing. And 10 years is a good old stint. And since I moved back to Ireland in 2008, I've just kind of hit the ground running and just been flat out, 7 days a week, non-stop working. So it's nice to have a bit of a breather. And I'm flat out going on holidays.
That's
I'm
it.
loving the holidays. Seen it all the time with the guys.
Has that year flown in? Has that year flown in?
It's flown in. But it's nice because things are coming to me now that I would have never had time to do before.
Yeah.
So the Rocky Horror Show being one, this campaign with Return, the Small Town Big Difference campaign, which is a lovely campaign about communities, which we'll talk about, won't we?
We will.
We will. You're going to teach him. But Jennifer, at the time, obviously, there was so much controversy, and you were stuck there in the middle, along with Darren and the two Johnnies, and it took over Irish life. Like everything that was going on with Ryan Tubridy, it spread. Yeah. And this is a small country, and your listeners know you so intimately. What did it feel like? Like, you weren't at the centre, you were definitely in that kind of eye of the storm. What did that feel like?
It felt kind of bizarre, because I think the thought was we were all, myself and Darren, the two Johnnies, were sitting in a pub going, you do first, right? And then I'll call Dan, and then you call, and then we'll all go. It wasn't like that. I think our contracts were probably coming to an end at the same time. Okay. So decisions had to be made, and that was it. We all had very different reasons. Sure, your one's gone back.
Yes, gone back. Yeah.
Are you going back?
To
2FM?
It was no, but it was so funny.
To Radio 1?
Poor Joe. He's only announced his retirement, and they're on
it's me.
And your picture, then this one as well.
Talk to Jen. Sorry. Talk to Jen sounds way better than talk to Mirren. It's a better ring to it.
It does.
And it would be talk to, how do you say her name? I'm sorry, I don't understand. An Irish name, are you joking me?
But you have said you'd be mad not to consider it.
I wouldn't disrespect a show like that by saying I wouldn't have no interest in that, and nobody... it is an institution. Yeah. I'm still kind of grieving the news that Joe is leaving. I cannot see that. Honestly, I cannot see that show without him. He is one of the loveliest people in the business and has been a great support to me. And he always sends me the little card at Christmas, and he's very supportive, and he was listening to the show, and his little painted card. He's just so lovely. So I'm still kind of getting over the news that he's not going to be doing it anymore, and I don't know who can replace him, and I don't know if the show should go on without him, to be honest,
But you wouldn't say no.
I would really have to consider that. I don't think I'm even in the mix.
Well, according to the papers, you're leading the pack.
Well, the papers are always right, aren't they, lads?
When things happen like this, you were just getting ready to do a campaign, and next thing, Joe retires, and you're like, well, I'm going to be asked that question next week anyway. That's going to happen. So things like this just happen.
They just happen. Like you said, it's a small country. I was having a great time in Porto with the girls, and I came back. My man was telling me Joe was on the Late Late and he's leaving. I was getting, all the news. Then Monday morning, I'm working with Return on this lovely campaign, and everybody's asking me, "Am I going to do Liveline?" I'm like, "What? No phone calls have been made. That is not happening." Like I said,
well, you keep mentioning it, so let's talk about the campaign then.
You're going to go around and show us how to use the return machines. Is that it? Jennifer Zamparelli is going to be sitting there. Going to show
I
us
got
how
into
to
trouble the last time we were talking about Return, because I said I went with a massive big bag thinking, I'm going to make a fortune.
Yeah.
I got 5.30 or something back.
Did you?
I was very disappointed.
Well, my children are all over it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that feeling of putting them in, and you can hear the clicking.
Squishy,
you can hear the clicking
feeling.
noise. Cling, cling, cling. More money, more money.
I know. So this campaign, behave. This campaign is small towns, big difference. So basically, there's communities around Ireland. Already 3,000 have signed up for this, and they're using the return scheme to make money for their community cause. Whether you're a knitting group or a school or a choir or a football club, using the return to raise funds for your organisation, which is amazing. Now, Return are doing something amazing. They want to hear your stories. So you get onto return.ie/heroes. I'm good.
Well done.
I know, I'm not rusty yet. And you basically, answer some questions, and there's a judging panel, including myself, and we're going to look through all these stories of how these communities are raising funds, and we're going to pick 10, and we're going to give you $2,000.
Lovely.
It's a literally lovely story. Because
Lovely
I know some of the bigger chains have already adopted charities for where you can actually... You don't take your money, you can actually just donate it to a charity. So it's a lovely cause, people, and helping local areas. And I'm sure there's people in small towns and villages around the country would prefer maybe to do that than take their €3.
Or do a cake sale.
Or do a cake sale.
I can't do that. So
now,
this will suit me perfectly. Go
plug's done. We're all right.
All right,
grand.
done.
Plug's done. Jeannie, you are going to be treading the boards.
Treading the boards.
What?
The board
The board
gosh.
gosh.
Oh, yeah.
You're the narrator in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'd say he's dead jealous. Like, this is the role of a lifetime.
I'd love that. Yeah, I'd love that.
But this is the great...
Jason Donovan.
This is the great role, though.
You're back with Jason Donovan.
Back with Jason Donovan. He is amazing in this role.
Is he Frankenfurter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, there's a little clip, look.
That's not you.
And in your role as the narrator, you just get to dress up and do your thing.
I get to be in the time warp.
Yes.
Which is amazing. I get to dress up. I get to talk to the audience. I get to get the crowd going. Look at it. It's so fun. It's so sexy. It's so provocative. It's a really, really fun show to do. And that was a hell yes when that came to me. It was like, yeah. And it's kind of scary. But the Bord Gosh is such a beautiful theatre, and I just can't wait to give it a go. So we're in the Bord Gosh for a week, and then we go to Derry, and then we go to the Cork Opera House.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, yeah.
But it's
bye-bye, family.
It's such... Bye-bye now. It's an iconic show, though. I mean, everybody... And you do... Like, I mean, when it went to the cinemas and the Stellenrat Mines, and everybody used to go to it and get dressed up, and I've never did that.
Yes.
You have to put on your suspenders.
You have to put on your suspenders.
Sure, listen, they're only lying in the drawer, man.
But you will get the people going to this show dressed up.
Yeah, people do dress up and get fully involved, and they know every line, and they shout back up at the narrator. They shout out all kinds of things, so it'll be a lot of fun.
And you have worked with Jason Donovan before. This was on Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. So and as a Kylie and Jason girl, obviously Scott and Charlene. Like, you must have been as well. Was that really surreal to be like you're Jason Donovan?
I played his wife in Priscilla, and I had to do a bit of a song and a dance, and he had to give me a kiss. I was kissed by Jason Donovan. It was like all my childhood, teenage fantasies, coming to fruition. It was amazing. He is the ultimate professional. Like, he just never stops, and he's a workhorse. Priscilla was a lot of fun. And, hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun too.
It'd be great.
I can't wait to
get
it.
Great fun.
So you're just getting to diversify. Like, you're getting to do, like, going back to acting, doing more of those sort of things. Is that the plan going forward?
Yeah, I suppose I just wanted different challenges. I was in Wexford for a week shooting a film. I did a little comedy show with Ardal O'Hanlon for RTE, and I'm just getting out of my comfort zone a little bit, which is lovely to do because, you know, when you're in a gig like this or radio, like, people need to see you every day. People want,
to see
you know, it's very hard to do other stuff. So take a little break. Will I go back to radio at some stage? I might.
Live line September.
Talk to Zamps.
Talk to Jen.
Talk to Jen.
Jennifer Zamparelli, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Loved having you. Thanks a million.
Thanks so much. Now, later this hour, advice on how to protect your skin in this lovely weather we're having.
Plus, up next, the latest unputdownable thriller from writer Andrea Mara. Back with you very shortly on Ireland AM.